take a rocket to the moon just to find you in your little hiding place. I take Moon Rock, Boondock Avenue, all the way to outer space. I take a plane, a train, any road, mountains or the sea. 'Cause you can't believe in nothing, nothing is for free. When push comes to shove, you better hope it don't get out of club. Don't make me go get out my gun. Try to hold on me. I walk a forest in the dark just to find you, hiding in between the trees. Across the desert in the heat, I'm gonna find you. And when I do, God help me, please. I fight the rain, the pain, hail and snow, mountains or the sea. 'Cause you can't believe in nothing, nothing is for free. When push comes to shove, you better hope it don't get out of club. Don't make me go get out my gun. Try to hold on me. Push comes to shove, you better hope it don't get out of club. Don't make me go get out my gun. Try to hold on me. When push comes to shove, you better hope it don't get out of glove. Don't make me go get out my gun. Try to hold on me. Push comes to shove, you better hope it don't get out of glove. Don't make me go get out my gun. Try to hold on me. Push comes to shove, you better hope it don't get out of glove. Don't make me go get out my gun. Try to hold on me. Look at it truly now, and oh my God, I caught you, ooh, red-handed again. Look at me honestly into my eyes and tell me you were ever my friend. What a way to ever lose somebody. What if I said I knew it all along? You're a dime, my liar, lousy, no good, cheating on me, money, motherfucker, the end. I'm a fool, I'm a sucker, you're the devil undercover.
I have been sitting back long enough, waiting. I am not waiting any longer. I have waited for my time. My time has come. It is time for the world to realize Vader's here. And it is Vader time!
Alright, wait a minute! The Nature Boy Ric Flair heading now to the ring for his match. Vader hammering away on Ric Flair.
And it is Vader time!
All right, good evening, wrestling fans. Tony Schiavone with you here. Joining me is Stu Mayhem in the broadcast position. Originally scheduled tonight was the AWA. However, sometimes our fantasy meets reality. And tonight, the NWA deals with the results of the recent attack on the World Heavyweight Champion. We're about to hear from James J. Dillon, the speaker for the Four Horsemen. And we hope to get an update on the condition of the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
You know, I've been a representative of the Four Horsemen for a number of years. And it's been a job that I've been very proud to hold. And as the manager, I've traveled the roads with these men many years, over many miles, throughout every country imaginable. Now, I'm not going to pretend that we're a bunch of choir boys because I think everybody out there knows we're not. But at the same point in time, there are lines that even we don't cross. Lines that have been crossed. You see, when it comes to the Four Horsemen, the flagship has always been the World Heavyweight Champion, and that has been the Nature Boy Ric Flair. The actions that took place recently at the hands of Big Van Vader, well, you've crossed over that line, and I am here as a representative to tell you the Four Horsemen as a unit will not sit idly by for this, and that for every action there is a reaction, and believe me, during the Great American Bash, that reaction will be felt. Ric Flair's not here tonight, as doctors would not allow him to come back. But rest assured, he will be in the Great American Bash. And rest assured, Mr. Vader, the last of this has not yet been heard.
All right, well, there you have it. Ric Flair is not in the building tonight. James J. Dillon has said it, doctor's orders. All right, wrestling fans, here we are. We are back. Coming to you live from Virginia. The NWA. And entering the ring at this time, we are taking a look at Dennis Stamp. Fans, what we heard from James J. Dillon earlier on at the start of the show is that the Nature Boy Ric Flair is not in the building tonight. Doctors have precluded him from returning anywhere near the ring or the locker room after the injury sustained both at the hands of Vader and then the ensuing match with superstar Billy Graham. Flair made it through the match. He even won the match. But apparently afterwards there were side effects from the beating at the hands of Vader. Flair showing signs of post-concussion syndrome, and that is being addressed by the medical staff here at the NWA. Stu, I'll tell you, I've seen a lot of things, but I've never seen like what happened last week. I'll tell you right now, Ric Flair, James J. Dillon really summed it up. These are not choir boys, the Four Horsemen, but Ric Flair, I don't know that he's done anything to deserve what he got. As Ronnie Garvin pulls out the trusty teleportation device. We remind everybody, 2K18 season will be kicking off right here on the Nation Network on October 9th with a week-long celebration as we build the new season. Join us for the mega streams that'll take place that first week right here on the Nation Network. And Garvin with the right hand, and down goes Dennis Stamp. That didn't take long. Well, Ronnie Garvin is not a man paid by the hour. And Dennis Stamp's got a glass jaw. You put the two together, and there you have it. Well, not much of a workout for Ronnie Garvin as he's preparing as the Great American Bash right around the corner. Fans, we got a lot of action coming up tonight. The main event, we will see the Stinger going one-on-one with Terry Funk as their feud continues. All right, fans, we are back. And wait a minute, James J. Dillon and Vader just having words backstage. We heard what Dillon said earlier on tonight, and now Vader attacking the leader of the Horsemen. Oh, my goodness, James J. Dillon is no match for Vader. Somebody's have to do something about this. Vader doing a number on James J. Dillon right now. Former six-man tag team champion, but that was by fluke. He's in no way, shape, or form ready for this. What's he do? He's got a trash can. Oh, he just nailed James J. Dillon with it. James J. Dillon is going to need some serious help if this doesn't stop immediately. Vader doing a job right here, beating the holy life out of James J. Dillon. Fans can't believe what they're watching on the Jumbotron right now. And now what's he going to do with Dillon? He put him through the table. James J. Dillon is being manhandled in this one. The beatdown by Vader. And now Dillon in trouble. Vader's got him by the throat. And he choke slams him here on the floor. It's all over. Somebody's got to stop this. Fans will be back. All right, fans, we are back. What a night it's been already. Joined by now Magnum TA. We have medical staff right now, and we understand James J. Dillon is being transported to the local hospital. We will try and bring you more information as it becomes available. The United States champion Magnum TA in the ring at this time.
It's always an exciting time of the year when the Great American Bash comes to town. And as the United States heavyweight champion, it's a very proud time for me. But it seems lately that I'm always defending that title against a Russian. If it wasn't Nikita, now it's Ivan.
Well, apparently the attention has been, oh, here he comes, the Russian Bear. Ivan Koloff and Magnum TA have had some knockdown, drag-out fights in the recent weeks, and we saw one just right here on the Nation Network about a week and a half ago. Magnum victorious in that match. But Ivan Koloff has made it clear he is going to bring the United States Championship back to Mother Russia, along with the NWA television title currently held by his nephew Nikita.
You know, Magnum TA, you are like all other Americans. You lie, you cheat, and you take what is not rightfully yours. You have revisionist sense of history, yes? You tell people you beat me, but I made you tap out. Look, what happens outside the ring doesn't count, and if you're too stupid to know that, then I'm afraid I can't help you. But when we got back inside the ring, I'm the one who put your shoulders down to the mat for the 1, 2, 3. But don't worry, I've got plenty of contracts open throughout the Great American Bash, and I'll see you there. Yeah, well, that is exactly why I'm out here to talk to you. Because I want to know that I'm going to have a fair opportunity. I want to know that I am not going to be, as you say, screwed out of the United States Championship one more time. I want a match where there are no ropes to contain us. Hey, listen, man, I'll fight you anytime, any place, anywhere. And if you want to make this personal, that's fine by me. We can have a Falls Count Anywhere match. We can have a Hell in a Cell match. Hell, we can do anything you want. You want to put that thing up in the air and climb a ladder? I'll do anything because I can beat you. Well, that's what I am talking about. I want to have a match where there are no ropes. I want a match where there are no rules. And when I put the bear hug on you, whether it's inside or outside the ring, when you tap out this time, I will be a champion. Look, I'm not going to discount anything. When you put that bear hug on me, I felt it. I felt my bones cracking. I felt my back getting ready to break. And yeah, I tapped out. But I tapped out because I knew you couldn't win. Rules where Falls Count Anywhere, you'll never see me tap. You will either tap or you will snap. Well, it's pretty big talk coming from the guy who had his back down looking up at the lights. What happened to you last time we met is going to happen to you each and every time we meet moving forward. Because you will never take the United States Championship from me as long as I'm breathing. I'm not going to let you take it to Russia. And I know you've done it before with your nephew, but we learn from our mistakes. And I'm going to correct this mistake once and for all.
Magnum TA with a challenge for the Great American Bash. Stay with us. All right, fans, we are back, and once again, we're going to get it inside the ring. Tag team action underway, or about to become underway. It's a non-title match. It is a return match. The United States Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express, getting ready to go up against Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. And you have to wonder what state of mind those two gentlemen are going to be in after what just happened to James J. Dillon here tonight and what happened a few nights ago to the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Well, I'll tell you right now, they were going to go to the hospital originally with James J. Dillon, but decided to honor the contract. And they are here. But yeah, it's got to be weighing on them. It absolutely must have taken some sort of toll.
All right, fans, quick programming note. The 8:30 a.m. open stream that would have featured retro gaming will not be happening today due to scheduling conflicts. But we will be back with it next Thursday morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we get back into retro consoles. Making their way down the aisle towards the ring, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard, members of the Horsemen, and again, they have struggled throughout the 2K18 season to put together any true momentum and bring titles to the Horsemen.
Well, they've had some moments, but you're right, they have not dominated with the exception of Ric Flair. And they actually had a pretty strong candidate in Lex Luger, but they decided to part ways with Mr. Luger. Never have really filled the fourth horseman spot. They brought in Rick Martel for a brief bit, and then Mr. Luger decided to remove him from the equation.
Yes, indeed. We have not seen Rick Martel since. We do not know if he has any intention of rejoining the Horsemen or not at this time. Arn Anderson going to work now on Robert Gibson as this match officially underway and perhaps going to take out some of his frustrations right here tonight. Rake of the eyes by Arn Anderson. Fans, the Great American Bash is just weeks away, and it is really starting to shape up. It'll kick off on July 4th with the Battle Bowl. It is going to be an extraordinary night of wrestling, headlined by the Nature Boy Ric Flair defending the NWA World Championship.
Well, we still don't know who he'll defend the title against yet, but I can guarantee you it's going to be a big one.
There's no doubt about it. Ric Flair, always a main event when he's in the building with that 20 pounds of gold around his waist. Ricky Morton with that drop kick off the top rope has Anderson face down on the mat. Last time out, when these two teams met, it was the Horsemen getting the win. Again, it was a non-title match, as is this one. But if they can put two wins together, then you have to think the next time these two teams hook up, it's going to be with a title on the line.
No doubt the Rock and Roll Express are going to have to put those titles up. And already, Arn and Tully have earned the right.
Speaking of tag team champions, we've got the Midnight Express. They will be a part of the Great American Bash, along with James E. Cornette as they defend those tag team titles. Teams are lining up as we speak. Mark the date on your calendar. It'll be July 15th. It's a Sunday. The Great American Bash invades the UWF.
Indeed, big elbow drop right there by Tully Blanchard. A meeting had taken place recently with the Crockett's and Bill Watts, and they have come to a working arrangement where we will periodically now be seeing some of the UWF champions and talent in general to familiarize the fans of the NWA, and at the same time it'll allow an opportunity to put on some really tremendous matches that you'll see nowhere else.
Exciting times right now in the NWA. Albeit a little bit outside the scope of the designated rules when it comes to the likes of Vader and the antics that he has been responsible for over the last week and a half. Robert Gibson off the top rope and a cross body press down across Tully Blanchard. We know the Nature Boy Ric Flair's not here, and now we know James J. Dillon clearly is not here. How much more of this adversity, though, you wonder, can Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard, as well as Ric Flair and James J. Dillon, absorb? First there was the Luger situation, and then Rick Martel situation, and now this.
Well, definitely troubling times for the Horsemen.
Backhand knife edge chop by Tully Blanchard, and now Robert Gibson with a scoop up in the air. What's he going to do here? Well, he tried to go for the cross body or the knee breaker, but that didn't happen. Now the double team as he's got him in the corner. Here's the Irish whip to the ropes. He goes. Double clothesline by the Rock and Roll Express, and now Tully Blanchard lunging. Tag is made, and now the enforcer Arn Anderson in the ring.
Oh, Ricky Morton caught him on his way right in there and just took him right down.
And now Ricky Morton stretching him out. Referee's going to ask him if he wants to give it up.
Anderson not going to quit quite that easily. He's the enforcer, and that's not a nickname. That's a job title and a description.
Now Ricky Morton drop, throat first, across the top rope, and Morton's out. Fans, we want to remind everybody this Friday at 2 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the world premiere of In Your House on the Nation Network, only on Twitch. Go to the events tab now and mark it to follow, and also for your alert setting. It will only be up for 2 weeks. After that, it is gone forever.
Well, they've got some tremendous exclusive content, and that's a spike pile driver right there. This match should be over.
It may be over indeed. 1, 2, and a save made by Gibson. Otherwise, that would have been it.
Well, Gibson took out, and oh, he saved Ricky Morton from a sure pile driver.
And now the action really starting to pick up. All right, back to the programming note. Over on Twitch, it'll be In Your House, featuring 3 separate matches from 3 separate promotions that never aired anywhere before. We understand the NWA will be represented. It'll be a 6-man tag team championship title defense. The AWA will also be in action, as will be the LWF. Starting at 2 o'clock a.m., mark your calendars now. Go over to Twitch, do a search for Vince_McSham, or just look at the address on the bottom of your screen on the toll. As the nation continues to invade Twitch, now it is Ricky Morton going to work on Tully Blanchard. Blanchard fighting his way back out. Oh, clothesline takes Ricky Morton all the way out to the floor, and he's in the wrong corner, too.
Very close to Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard as Ricky Morton. And Anderson, well, I thought for a minute there he was going to give him a chance to get back up on his own, but I guess Anderson's going to help him out a little bit, if that's what you want to call it.
Tremendous drop kick by Ricky Morton. And now Ricky Morton up with a flying head scissor, and he takes him down. Drives Morton into the steps. And now the enforcer starting to show why he's got the name he's got. The count continues to climb, and if these 2 gentlemen don't pay attention to it, they're going to be counted outside the ring. Now all 4 men getting into it outside the ring. Pandemonium. Ricky Morton dives back in. And he may beat the count as Robert Gibson doing a job on Arn Anderson. This one's over. The Rock and Roll Express get the victory by countout. Well, once again, it's a back and forth thing with these two teams. But nothing has been settled in this one, I can assure you of that. That spike pile driver right there should have been enough. Not the way they would have necessarily wanted to win it. But it's still a win for the Rock and Roll Express, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll be back with more, including our main event. Sting going one-on-one against Terry Funk when we return. All right, fans, we are back, and it is time for the main event. Entering the ring at this time from the Double Cross Ranch. From Amarillo, Texas, this is Terry Funk. Well, he's a former heavyweight champion of the world, the NWA's former world champion. One of the unique things is he and his brother Dory, the only brother team to hold the World Heavyweight title, as they each had an opportunity. Fans not very appreciative of Mr. Funk, however. Well, Terry Funk has definitely gone out of his way to alienate people. That's one of the things he's very good at. Here comes the icon, the man known as Sting. Could we be looking at the man who will be taking on the Nature Boy Ric Flair on the 4th of July? Well, a lot of people seem to believe that it is his turn and that he's earned the right, but they have not made the official announcement yet as to who it will be. All right, bell sounds, action's underway, and these two men have had an absolute war that has dragged out for over 8 weeks now. Back out front, both men collide, and nothing has been settled yet. And now Sting with a hot shot, and Terry Funk just got dropped across the top rope. Funk doing a good job of kicking off from that one as Sting was getting ready to put something on the leg. And we know once he wears him down a bit, Sting is going to try and apply that Scorpion Deathlock, and if he does that, I don't know if I like Terry Funk's odds too well, because we have seen Sting put that move on a lot of people, including Vader. in recent weeks and getting them to tap out.
Well, that's right. When you talk about it, Vader is right now the man, as they say, who is going after the World Championship most aggressively, but Sting is probably the only one who has really been able to claim a big victory over Vader.
Well, it wasn't that long ago, just a couple of months back, that we were in Japan, and Vader went over there as representing the NWA and ended up taking away the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. So we know one thing for sure, he's capable of becoming a world champion anywhere he goes if given the opportunity. Terry Funk just dropping to the back of his head as Sting really doing a number on Terry Funk right now. Knee into the midsection. And Terry Funk going to go for the cover, but he doesn't hook the leg and he doesn't get the pin.
You can't take any shortcuts on somebody like Sting. And here in the NWA, you really can't take many at all.
Well, Sting just did it with a DDT, and now Terry Funk has just had his eyes roll back. And now a second inverted atomic knee drop.
Oh, that'll make your eyes roll back too, won't it?
I would suspect it probably would. Terry Funk slips out the back and he drops Sting on the back of his head. And now Sting to his feet. And the axe handle coming down. Oh, wait a minute. Funk has got him in a sleeper hold, and Sting very close to the ropes, but I don't know if he realizes it right now or not. Referee asking him if he wants to give it up, and he says no.
Whoa, tremendous jawbreaker right there by Sting.
And he drives the head of Terry Funk into the mat. And now going for the Scorpion Deathlock. This could be it right here if he gets it. He's got it on him, and Terry Funk is in trouble. The crowd behind Sting, and Terry Funk taps out.
Oh, my goodness.
He made Terry Funk tap out, and that is not an easy task, I can tell you right now, fans.
No, it is not. As a matter of fact, I can count on one hand the number of times that I've ever seen Terry Funk submit.
What a match. And there it is right there. He's leaning deep into it. Terry Funk so close to the ropes, but he couldn't get there, and there's the tap. He's had enough. Fans, we want to thank all of you for joining us here tonight on the Nation Network. Truly appreciate having you with us. The countdown is on to the Great American Bash. Who will be challenging on July the 4th? We'll find out. In the meantime, this is Tony Schiavone for Stu Mayhem saying so long, everyone.